Welcome to Daily Overdose.
As you played it safe, you thought it was okay to just believe that you're going to have some success. Some is not enough.
Champions are broken. People look at champions and try and find something that that champion has that they don't have. And he's like, but it's not that at all. They lack something everyone else has, which is an off button. They just don't stop.
Maybe your path in life is harder right now because your calling is so much higher.
I would rather you set your sights not on the moon, but on the stars, because in the process of shooting for the stars, you will hit the moon, guaranteed. But in the process of shooting for the moon, you might completely miss it and hit nothing.
The real message is we all started from nowhere. I mean, we all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. But through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body, you build a stronger mind, you build accomplishments and will and momentum. And then you look back and you go, hey man, I'm not washing tables anymore.
Not when all is available, not when all your gifts haven't been exposed and explored, and so you can discover what you were made for.
To succeed, you must fail. In failure and in suffering, all the answers are in there. All the answers to all the test questions. The test is your life. I need to visit it. Visit suffering 1 hour a day. Visit your past failures 1 hour a day. The relationship with it is the answers are in there.
The world is a lesser place if you do not reveal from within yourself what you have to reveal. And the fact that the world is a lesser place actually turns out not to be trivial. Like if you aren't everything you could be, more people will die, more people will suffer, more evil will be unconstrained, more tyranny will reign, more chaos will remain chaotic and dangerous, all of that.
One of the most damaging things that any human can do is set low standards and then achieve those standards.
The ultimate in compensation for human beings, to have more control over your own destiny.
There's so many people that are in that starting point. I don't know what to do. What should I do? But you're gonna have to figure it out, one foot in front of the other. You have to find a thing and keep working at it and get better at it.
Go deep into the dungeon of my soul and say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? That's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times.
I think we can all agree we all want more. We have dreams, we have goals. We gotta ask ourselves first, more what? And that starts, I think, by going and answering that question, well, what do I value the most?
And it goes, I wish for the world to realize all of their dreams so that they can realize they don't make them complete. And he's talking about that most people's dreams are very like external, like champions, like they want to win a medal, they win a trophy, want a nice car and all this stuff, then you get it. And when you have everything, you realize this isn't what I wanted. I don't feel complete right now.
We must become everything that we were intended to be the day that God gave you breath. Because with that breath, you have to use it to go out and grab something. And as long as you're believing, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're achieving, keep going forward. Go past your doubt, go past the dream until you have to dream again.
Constantly rewrite your book every day of your life. These are conversations I have with myself. And I say it everywhere I go. The most important conversation when you have it yourself. You live with it every single day. But most of our conversations are not the right ones.
But failure is the most information-rich data stream on planet Earth. But to accurately assess the data and figure out what it's telling you about why you failed to some extent, or why it was more inefficient than it needs to be, you have to be willing to stare nakedly at your own inadequacies, take responsibility for the outcome, not make it somebody else's fault or the economy's fault or whatever, any external force. If you're making it an external problem, you're never going to be able to learn the lesson you need to learn in order to improve your behavior so that you can then execute better and make more progress.
Moving forward, set higher standards in your fitness, in your ability to orate, to speak. Enough with setting low standards and hitting those standards and being proud of yourself. Like, fuck, man, let's get to it.
Stop saying, I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward.
That if you want to find peace with yourself, self-understanding, self-knowledge, self-esteem, all of these things are going to be found only through sacrifice, getting uncomfortable, reevaluating what your normal is, and putting yourself in situations that you don't want to fucking do.
You have to decide to change, to change those circumstances, whatever they might be. As long as you have to have that desire, the will to change your circumstance. That's your start right there. Have the will, the desire to change it. There's your starting point.
Sometimes life will happen to you, and you won't have time to say no. You won't have time to think that you can't do it. The only time you will have is to act, to take the leap of faith and believe that everything is going to be all right. Take that leap of faith. Trust yourself and know within yourself that everything's going to be all right. Many of us have genius within us. But when it comes to us, when it comes to using our genius in our own behalf, taking a chance with our own creativeness, acting on our own dreams and ideas, somewhere along the line we get paralyzed. We find some reason not to do it. Oh, I did that. I'm not as good as they are. I don't have the education.
As long as I don't stop trying, it is not failure. It is temporary defeat. And the path to success, the path to fulfillment, the path to happiness is filled with temporary defeats. The path to sadness, the path to regret is filled with failure. Men and women who failed and gave up instead of gotten up and tried again and looked at it as temporary defeat.
How many of you had some situations that you were in that you were overwhelmed with fear? You didn't know how you were going to come out, how you were going to survive, and you did. You survived and you didn't die. So what you got to do, whatever that was, whatever that state of consciousness, whatever that self-confidence that you had, however you stood up within yourself, here's what we know, you survived. Here's what we know, you're still here. You didn't die, you're here right now. You got it and you handled that fear. You kicked it out of there.
You can find every reason, if you look for it, as to why you won't make it. But at the end of the day, there's going to be two groups of people. And one group is going to be a lot fucking bigger than the other group. The one group is going to get told that they can't do it. And instead of fighting, those people are going to just take it. Then there's going to be a smaller group. It's going to be the group that says, I'm not willing to just roll over and take what I'm given. I'm not willing to stop trying because you say that I can't fucking do it.
You know, I don't think God gave you another day in your life because you needed it. I think he added another day to your life because somebody needed you. But here's the thing. They need the real you, the authentic you. The one who's playing all out in their life and pursuing their dreams. As good as you think it'll be to make your dreams come true, and dreams that you can't even imagine right now, visions of your life, but maybe even more importantly, as good as you think it would feel to meet the real you, the one you were born to be, and remember this, you were born to do something great with your life, but to finally get introduced or reacquainted or reintroduced to that person. Maybe you years ago knew them very well, that version of you, but things have happened, these anchors, these fears, these toxic relationships, whatever they might be, these disappointments in our life.
And so as you begin to look at the fears in back of you, you came through those fears and you're still here. See, that's a testament
about how powerful you are. And so whatever the volcano is, you have the capacity to take that volcano on, the capacity to jump in it and find your true identity. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you were raised. If you do the work consistently, if you invest in yourself consistently, it's going to pay off. It just is. And you'll never convince me otherwise.
Yes, you may be not where you want to be. The difference that you have now is you have the awareness that you want to do something about it.
We want that person who's constantly, making us feel nice and good and secure in ours. That's the mediocrity of life. We want to be the best amongst the average people. People wonder, how do you stay hungry all the time? Because after I accomplish something, I don't sit back like they get comfortable. They wonder why I'm getting weak, man. I don't know, I've lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the mountain, guess what happened? I'm good. I'm good, so you wonder why you're falling down now. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen.
Thank you for watching our videos. Please like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss another video.